Alright, just going to show you how to replace the laser in a PlayStation 2. And the first thing you need to do, oh, I gotta post it on there. You flip it over, and if you have the this lip on this side, you'll notice you have, get a flathead screwdriver, like so. And you're going to pop off, you're going to have 3 screws per side. And so let's start off with just one side that just has 3, then you don't have to worry about which ones to remove. You remove all of them on this side because you have 3 screws on this side and 3 on this side. So you just use a flathead screwdriver and you pull up this tab, and then you pull up the feet tabs. There you go. Then we know we have 3 screws on this side. You're like, well, which ones do I remove? You don't do the feet on this side. You do these 3 things. So that's, oops. That's just how it is. So the trick is you remove the feet on the side that only has 3 squares. And you leave the feet on the side that has more than 3 squares. That's it. These are just normal screws, so you just use a normal screwdriver and you remove them. They're not special or anything. So and then you have to take this off, and you start with at this end with the lip. Actually, no, sorry. I think I usually start at this end with the yellow, the power side. I think, yep. In this case, it just came off. Sometimes it doesn't just come off. So I use this little tool to go along the edge that's sticking, and then you can pop it off. So, but this one, for whatever reason, came right off. And it looks pretty clean. I probably think I cleaned it before. But if you got like a blast of air, you can blast it. Oops. I think this will do it. So we're just going to remove this screw. We're going to pull out this rod. Oh, actually first we'll do this screw to take this little arm off. And this screw, we'll move this little tab and pull the rod out. And then we'll flip this over. And there'll be a little ribbon cable. We'll flip open the door for the ribbon cable, pull the ribbon cable out. Then we'll put in the new laser. So, first things first, let's just take off this arm. I mean, some people do it later, but I think it's just better to do it right off. I'll just put this over here. I mean, you could have a tray or whatever, but you got a clean enough workspace, and it's not a big deal. All right, let's take off this little screw. And you see this kind of rod's kind of pushing over a little bit. I'm gonna put this screw over here. I'm gonna use some tweezers. Take this off. Put them next to each other. I don't know if you can see that. All right. So some people, like I said, will take off this little tab too, but I'm just gonna take this right out. And be careful with this plastic piece. If you put it in backwards, then this laser will never hit this little switch when it gets pushed down, and it won't work. So let's just pull this out. I mean, you could use tweezers if you want, but why? You see, I left a little plastic thing in there. I mean, if you pull it out, just be sure to put it back, that's all. All right, we're gonna flip the laser over. You're just gonna flip this little thing. I mean, you can just use your fingers. I'm doing this so you can see. Just use like my thumbnail. There, it's flipped open. And actually, let's just use these tweezers. Did I get it open? Yeah, it's open. Just in there pretty good. Just kind of work it back and forth, and there, you got it out. Let's see. Desoldering is kind of a pain. Not super, but if you actually do it right. Anyway, I'll put in the video now, and you can see what it looks like to desolder it. So press it right here. That looks fine. Nothing sensitive around there. here, and you can see up here, there's no solder ball, and that's what it looks like with no solder. Down here, we got the solder ball, and we're going to try to remove it using a, what's this, soldering gun. No, it's not a soldering gun, it's a soldering iron, sorry. And a piece of soldering wick. So let's give it a try. It's kind of shaky. There we go. You can see it absorbed some of that solder. Let's see if there's any more. I think that's it, but I'll just get a little bit more. There, that looks nice, right? I don't see any solder ball left, and we've got it on our wick. You see it absorb the solder. We're back. So we've got our laser, and it's been desoldered. You've gotten the solder off. And so, you know, it's going to go like this. And we need to get that ribbon in there, so let's just flip it this way. There. Now we'll make sure that little lid's open. There, you can see it's open now. And we'll put the ribbon in there. Let's see, you can either use your hand or you can use some tweezers. I'll try it with the tweezers. Usually I just use my hand, but this one's kind of, I think might be coming apart or something. There you go, you can feel it going in. I'm gonna put it in with my thumb. Get it nice and seated. And I'll flip down the little door, or not door, but latch, or whatever you want to call it. Huh. Usually it's not hard. Oops, pull it back out a little bit. So there, now you got it down. You flip it over, and there's like a little notch right there. You're gonna put that on this metal thing over here, and then you're gonna put the rod back in, and slide it back in that little spot. And if it doesn't quite fit, you can just loosen this a little bit, which is what I'm going to do. There, I'm going to show this in. There, now we got it back in. Tighten this back up. Should a little more light. There, that's nice and tight. We still have this plastic piece in. If you took it out, be sure to put it back, and don't put it back reverse order. Alright, put this in here. You can use your hand for that if you want. Hopefully this is a magnetic screwdriver. Oh, it is, thank goodness. There. Screw that in. Alright, and then we have to put this little arm back on. Oops. There you go. I don't know why it's being difficult. Well, let's just hold down the little arm. There we go. When you'll see this, the laser will move. Yeah, let's see if we got it on there. Yep. You can see it moves back and forth, this little screw. Looks good. Let's see. Yep. Alright, now you just have to put the cover back on and screw it back on. So, let's see. Yep, this is the button. So just make sure that's kind of seated in there, and put this top back on. Just try to pop it on, and we'll put in all the screws, and you'll see what I was talking about before. I got a whole bunch of them. Like I said, 3 on each side. We got 3 on the far side, 3 on the near side. This is the side with, oh, I gotta make sure everything's popped together. It's like a little gap. Well, once I'll screw it together, then kind of make sure it's all fit. Hold on a second. Didn't quite. You can see it didn't quite fit. It's a little bit. It's weird. There. It's just a little bit off. So now we can screw it all in. Pretty simple. Some people make it more complicated or less complicated. Well, more really, because they'll oops. Oh yeah, you just put these tabs back on. You just push them in. And this side, since you already have 2 feet, you're gonna have 4 feet total. So if you have 2 on this side, then you're not gonna put any more feet over here. So you just know you're gonna do tabs. So you do 3 tabs. And this side, we're gonna have 2 rubber feet over here. So you're just gonna do 1 tab in the middle, then 2 little rubber feet. Because then you'll have 4 rubber feet total. I mean, it's not that complicated, but you know, at first it can be a little confusing because you have, I don't know, 3. Anyway, you don't have the same number of squares per side. So you're like, well, what's going on? Okay. Oh, that one doesn't seem to want to fit right. Let's get a different one. There, that one fits good. Let's try this one. In theory, they should all be the same. There. Now we've put in a new laser. This tab's kind of ugly, but let's take it out. Let's use a different one. Like I said, if you want to get a tab out, you just use a screwdriver. We'll put a different one in. There, that matches better. Now we've got our, the button works. Open up the tray. There we go. Now you've got a new laser in your PlayStation 2, so it should work now.